up, guys? It's your boy, Barca Boy 103. Today we're going to be reacting to the Barcelona news over the past 24 hours. Firstly, Lewandowski has done it again. He's come out with a massive interview, this time in Germany, saying he wants to leave Bayern Munich this summer and only join Barcelona, and is willing to go on strike to make the deal a reality. Now, alongside Lewandowski, the club are also looking for a new winger this summer. Raphinha is a priority, Di Maria is the backup, but Ousmane Dembele could still end up staying at Barcelona. Now, alongside the attack, the club want to also reinforce the defense, and they want to sign Koulibaly. He has now rejected the second contract renewal offer from Napoli, and it's communicated to Napoli that he wants to leave the club this summer, and Barcelona alongside Chelsea, PSG and Bayern Munich really want to sign him this summer. And of course for Xavi, he will be a priority. And finally, from now until the end of June, salary reductions of the entire squad is the priority of the board, and they will start off with the captains Pique, Jordi, Alba and Busquets, and of course Roberto already reduced his wages with his contract renewal. And I also have some big updates on Sergio Busquets, on his future at the club, and also how much we owe him in deferred salaries as well. But before we get into it, make sure you guys smash that like button down below. Let's try to get to 300 likes in this video. It'd be very much appreciated. And also make sure, if you're new, to hit the subscribe button down below if you haven't already. And let's get into it. Let's start off with the transfer news over the past 24 hours. And the first player that we have been linked with is, of course, the #1 priority signing for this summer, Robert Lewandowski. First, coming in from Sport 1 in Germany, they have come out saying that Robert Lewandowski is considering not appearing in Bayern Munich's preseason camp, which begins in July. He is confident that he can be able to complete his move to Barcelona as soon as possible. Apparently, Lewandowski will be going on strike at Bayern Munich until he gets his move to Barcelona. You know what? Credit where credit is due. This man is pushing for the move in public and internally beyond belief. Now, we do have some quotes coming in, of course, from Bayern Munich. Firstly, from the sporting director, he came out saying that Lewandowski called me on Monday. Among other things, we discussed his public statements, and I clearly explained to him our position regarding his contractual situation at Bayern Munich. You're thinking, okay, he had a phone call with the sporting director. Hopefully now it'll all work out. But then, again, for the second day in a row, Lewandowski drops a massive interview with Sport 1 in Germany, and we gotta go through it. He says some big things. He said in the interview, "I've always tried to do my best for Bayern Munich in order to meet the expectations of the team and the fans. I appreciate Bayern fans. They've always supported me in my time at the club. If I wasn't honest about the situation, I would feel like I wasn't being fair to the fans. I know there's a lot of emotions today, but I hope the fans will understand me at some point." He didn't ask if he's being, ungrateful and selfish. He said that, "No, I am not. I'm not a selfish person. I know what I had at Bayern and I appreciate it very much. I also know what I've done my best and not disappointing the club and the fans for the past 8 years. And at this time, I feel like it's the time for a new stage in my career." He's then asked about his contract situation currently at Bayern Munich. So I respect Bayern and its rules, but change, especially for a time, is part of the life of the club and for the player as well. I hope this doesn't come across as selfish. I have a contract, but I try to make it clear to the club on how I feel. He was then asked if Bayern Munich is history for him. He said that, "I informed the club and I said publicly that I made the decision not to renew my contract. So let's not talk about my future at Bayern Munich anymore. I want to end this speculation." They just asked if he intends to leave this summer. He said that, "Look, I don't know. I have 1 year left on my contract, so I asked the club for permission to leave. I think it's the best solution for both parties, especially since the club can still get a fee for me. I would get the chance to take my new challenge to another club for a few more years. That is my current wish. I said from the start that we should be looking for a solution that's good for both sides. Bayern is one of the biggest teams in the world, a dream club for many great players. I think it's better for Bayern to invest the money they can get from me than keep me until my contract ends. I don't want to force anything. That's not the point. It's about finding the best solution for both parties." He then asked about the statements from Bayern Munich about his future. He said that, "Look, I don't know what to say anything about that because it's too much being said and written the whole thing. Certain statements are often distorted or exaggerated. I want this to end. The emotions have to cool down. I want to speak calmly and not through the media. I know the conflict makes a lot of headlines, but Bayern Munich and I are not enemies. They just asked about the statement from the Polish media that came out the other day. So look, it was a long podcast that was recorded last week. It wasn't an afterthought. We talked for 1.5 hours, including a few minutes about football, and that's what I meant by distorting statements. He was then asked lastly on whether Bayern Munich not making a contract extension offer to him was the biggest disappointment. He said, look, I don't want to talk about this anymore. I have great respect for Bayern Munich for what they've achieved in the past 8 years, and that's why I don't want to add fuel to the fire. I wish Bayern all the best, and I have no doubt that the entire management of the club feel the same way. That's why I remain convinced that we will find an agreement together. Oh my freaking god. You know, his wife posted on Instagram as well that she was shocked that he's come out so bluntly in the media saying, I want to leave Bayern Munich and join Barcelona ASAP. Again, the reports coming in from Germany right now is that he's willing to go on strike to make this move possible. He will not return to Bayern Munich pre-season in the beginning of July. Again, the club could afford him right now, but we cannot register him. The question now is, will Bayern Munich make that, counter offer? Again, our 32 million euro plus 5 million euros available offer is still on the table. It has not been accepted, rejected, anything like that. So wait and see, but no doubt Lewandowski is doing everything he can to make his move to Barcelona happen this summer. Now, along with a new striker, another priority for Barcelona in the attack is to sign a new winger, more specifically, of course, on the right hand side, with the priority currently being Raphinha and the backup option Angel Di Maria. Now, Javi Miguel from AS came out saying that Mateu Alemany will travel to England at some point this week to start talks for Raphinha. Leeds wants 60 million euros, but Barcelona will offer 35 million euros. If they don't accept that offer, the club will then offer a 1-year contract plus 1-year option to Angel Di Maria and then sign Raphinha for free in 2024. Now, a bit optimistic that Barcelona think that Raphinha will be a free agent in 2024, but again, no doubt about it, that is the move. We will talk with Leeds hopefully in the next week or so, make our offer. If they say no, switch over to the next backup option for Raphinha, which of course is Angel Di Maria. Mundo Deportivo came out back in that statement as well, saying that Barcelona's priority for the right winger position remains Raphinha, but striking a deal with Leeds is not easy, and Di Maria is the alternate option. He is liked and is even seen as a good temporary solution, and talks with his agent and his entourage have indeed took place. And finally, Mateo Morito came out saying that Angel Di Maria is moving further and further away from Juventus. Juventus had been negotiating with his camp for weeks now, but there is still no agreement as Di Maria prefers to play in Spain rather than Italy. Now, apparently Juventus have set now to Di Maria a 24-hour limit. He has 24 hours to tell them if he wants to join the club this summer or not. And it looks like he will be giving no and risking the fact that Barcelona will not sign Raphinha in order for him to join Barcelona this summer as a free agent. Look, I completely agree with this. We should be going for Raphinha first. If we cannot make that deal happen, let's bring in Di Maria. There's no one else out there begging for a quick fix. He can train with Abdi and Collado, maybe bring them up a bit, and then in the end, bring Raphinha later on, or maybe another winger in the future who'll be available for a cheap price. For example, like Mo Salah, who will be available for free next summer as well. So wait and see. It is now all down to negotiation with Leeds United between Raphinha and Mateu Alemany for his signature for Barcelona. But again, Di Maria is the backup option. No doubt, I believe that we will sign one of these two players. The question now is, who will it be? Now, along with the attack, another priority for Barcelona this summer is to reinforce the defense, more specifically in the center back department, with Koulibaly alongside Jules Koundé, a priority signing in that position. And there is some good news coming in from Italy about Koulibaly, and they've come out saying that Kalidou Koulibaly wants to leave Napoli this summer, and his priority is to join Barcelona. Barcelona will make an offer to Napoli as soon after the economic levers are approved, and there can already be an agreement on personal terms between Koulibaly and Barcelona as well. Now, apparently, Koulibaly has rejected the second contract renewal offer from Napoli and has told them that he wants to leave the club this summer. Sky Sports and Mundo Deportivo came out saying that Napoli are beginning to accept the fact that Kalidou Koulibaly will leave the club this summer and are looking for a replacement like Leo. Can't pronounce that last name. Koulibaly is a target for Barcelona. They are attentive to his situation. Please, man, please. I think for 30 million, he's an absolute steal. Chuck in Umtiti, Chuck in Pjanic in the deal as well. Do whatever it takes to bring in Koulibaly. Like I said before, and I'll say it again, I think he's the only center back in the world that can come in, that's realistic, that would bench Gerard Pique. You can play Koulibaly, Christensen, Koulibaly, Araujo, whatever you want to do. He would be a fantastic reinforcement in the center back department. The question now is, will he leave Napoli? Again, the reports are he has rejected a second contract renewal offer from Napoli and wants to leave the club this summer. Of course, Bayern Munich, PSG, and Chelsea are also in the race. Keep your eyes on Chelsea. They are desperate for a center back alongside us. But of course, we're Barcelona. We have that pull. If we make an offer that satisfies Napoli in the region of 30 to 40 million euros, in the end, Koulibaly will choose us. I remember a few years ago in an interview, he said that, look, I only leave Napoli for Barcelona, Real Madrid, or Manchester United. So I'm not worried about that race whatsoever, but now it's up to Barcelona to put a bid in for him. We'll wait and see, but Koulibaly looks like will be leaving Napoli this summer and favors a move to Barcelona. Now, a position for Barcelona this summer that isn't the priority at the moment, but it could be later on in the window, is the midfield, and we have been linked with 3 quality midfielders over the past 24 hours. I have no idea why, but let's talk about it. Firstly is Martin Zubimendi from Real Sociedad. Now, Javi Miguel from AES came out saying that Zubimendi is the #1 option to be Busquets' competition, but it all depends on the sale of Frenkie de Jong. So Xavi, according to Javi Miguel, of course, he thinks that Zubimendi is the best option to replace Busquets on the market. But Gerard Pique came out saying that at Real Sociedad, they don't believe that Zubimendi will leave the club now. He could even renew his contract and the release clause could be raised from 60 million euros to 100 million euros. If Barcelona want to sign Martin Zubimendi, they will have to pay a 60 million release clause, yes or yes. So Zubimendi is about to renew his contract with Real Sociedad apparently in the next couple of days. So if Barcelona want him, they have to pay that release clause right now, or else it's not going to happen this summer. Looks like it won't happen this summer. There's no way Barcelona are going to be paying 60 million for Zubimendi, but we still want Lewandowski and Raphinha and also Koulibaly are ahead of him in the pecking order. And also 60 million right now is a bit too much for, 23, 24, 22-year-old Spanish midfielder who's, not well recognized at the moment. But we'll wait and see. He could be happy. He could be coming in the future. But again, Zubimendi will most likely renew his contract with Real Sociedad over the next couple of days, and he will cost 100 million euros in the future. But as of right now, Xavi thinks he's the best replacement for Busquets in the world at the moment. Now, the next midfielder who Xavi sees as a potential replacement for Busquets in the future is Ruben Neves. Now, Sport have come out saying that Barcelona has offered numerous players in exchange for Ruben Neves, including Riqui Puig, Ousmane Dembele, and Martin Braithwaite, but only Nico Gonzalez is of interest to Wolves. Barcelona is considering a loan or a transfer with a buyback clause for the player to attract Ruben Neves to the club. Now, of course, Jorge Mendes will be playing a key role in this. I think he owns a part of Wolves. He's the agent of many Wolves and Barcelona players, Nico, Trincao, Adama, Ruben Neves, and of course, has a fantastic relationship with the president, Joan Laporta. Now, you might be wondering, okay, if we give them Nico, how much we have to pay on top of that? What do Wolves currently value Ruben Neves? Well, the Telegraph have come out saying that Barcelona are monitoring the situation of Ruben Neves at Wolves, but Wolves want around 70 million pounds for the Portuguese midfielder, which is around about 85 million euros. So Wolves think that Ruben Neves should be the same price as Frenkie de Jong. No chance. Absolutely no chance. Even if we offer Nico, that would take maybe 20 or 30 million off the price tag. You're looking at another extra 40 or 50 million euros. Absolutely no chance. Even Frenkie de Jong leaves, I think this operation will be difficult. I know for a fact that Ruben Neves wants to leave Wolves, but again, Wolves, like similar to Leeds United, are setting their prices ridiculously high and making it impossible for the player to move. So wait and see. Still early days, but no doubt Barcelona are interested in Ruben Neves, and Jorge Mendes, his agent, of course, will be key throughout this entire operation. Now, the midfielder who has the best chances of joining Barcelona this summer is, of course, the Valencia Spanish midfielder Carlos Soler. Now, Gerard Pique came out saying that Carlos Soler is telling people close to him that he will sign for Barcelona if Frenkie de Jong leaves. To be honest, I kind of believe that he'll be cheap, around 20-30 million euros, and of course Frenkie de Jong's sale will make an opening in the midfield. He'll bring in around 80 million euros, and Xavi is a fan of Carlos Soler. He fits that, Spanish FC mold that Xavi looks like he's trying to build. But at the moment, his arrival is very, very unlikely. Hector Gomez, who is the best source in Valencia without a shadow of a doubt, has come out saying that Atletico Madrid have started negotiations to sign Carlos Soler. They have offered 15 million euros and a player, but Valencia want around 25-30 million euros. Barcelona and Juventus asked about Valencia about Carlos Soler in January, but they demanded at the time 40 million euros. The board have told the new manager Gattuso that he'll have to be sold this summer, and Atletico Madrid have already started negotiations to sign him, and that has led, coming in from goal now, that Barcelona have completely ruled out the signing of Carlos Soler from Valencia this summer. Apparently, they don't think he's worth it. Around, 30 million euros is a bit too much for the club, and to be honest, I understand, because what you can do is offer Nico plus 30 million for Ruben Neves, and maybe that will tempt Wolves a bit. Maybe you can do a bit of negotiation there, add some more variables to make that deal possible. But with Carlos Soler, his dream of joining Barcelona this summer is very, very unlikely. But again, we'll have to wait and see until the contract is signed with Atletico. Anything can happen, especially with Frenkie de Jong's future being in the air. But at the moment, Soler joining Barcelona is very unlikely. Let's now discuss the players who have been rumored to leave Barcelona over the past 24 hours. Now, firstly, before I get into it, I will be doing it in a quick fire fashion, going through all the players that have been rumored to leave. But Gabriel Sanz from Mundo Deportivo has come out saying that Barcelona has a clear plan to transfer the players who will not fit into Xavi's plans first, and then focus on signings. The club know that there will be no signings until the FFP rule is resolved, and currently Barcelona have received 0 offers from any club for any player in the squad. So the club have a very clear plan. They want to get rid of the deadwood first, Lenglet, Braithwaite, Umtiti, Pjanic, Trincao, whoever it may be, and then focus on signings. But currently, we have not received an offer for any player in the squad, which I think is a big I think we received some loan offers, for Lenglet, maybe for other players as well, but I think concrete transfer offers, I do agree. Of course, there's been, a lot of speculation, so we'll wait and see on that. But again, the club's first plan is to get rid of players before signing new players, of course, due to the FFP rules in La Liga. So let's now take a look at some of those players. Firstly is Sergio Dest. Gabriel Sanz and Mundo Deportivo came out saying that Barcelona have listed Sergio Dest as a very useful player in the team. However, he has options to leave the club if Azpilicueta arrives, or both of them could stay at the club. Situation suits Dani Alves, who is waiting for a message from the club. Now, I still don't understand this. Why do Barcelona want to have Azpilicueta and Dani Alves as the right backs for next season? We're gonna get rinsed by the top teams. I will tell you this for a fact. I don't understand why the club don't want to keep all three. I think Dani Alves, for those 6 months until after the World Cup, will be a great squad player, great player in the dressing room. I don't know why Xavi so obsessed with Azpilicueta, but okay, you can bring him in. But I think Dest has to be at the club next season. There is no good young right back available on the market. Of course, Mazawari has joined Bayern Munich. There's no one else. Absolutely no one. Name me a player. Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. There's no one. Absolutely no one. So this for me makes no sense. I think the club are saying, look, if we renew Dani Alves and keep Azpilicueta or sign Azpilicueta, we're gonna try and force Dest to leave. But if not, we'll keep Dest and have him. We'll have Dest and Azpilicueta, or Dest and Dani Alves again. So we'll wait and see, but I am worried in that right back position that Barcelona could use Dest in a swap deal, or if a good offer comes in, because again, there's no good right back available. I think honestly right now on the market, Dest is probably the best right back available. 25-30 million euros, can play right back and left back, young, American, great up and coming player. So I don't know why the club want to sell them ourselves, but we'll wait and see. Hopefully he will be here next season, and alongside his best friend probably in the squad, Frenkie de Jong. Now, Fabrizio Romano has come out saying that Frenkie de Jong is still yet to give a green light to join Manchester United. His desire is to play in the Champions League next season remains firm. Again, no update there. Still in the same situation. Manchester United have not put in a bid in whatsoever. Once that bid gets put in, we'll talk. But until that point, I think Frenkie de Jong is not going to Manchester United. And again, if Frenkie does leave the club this summer, it will be before June the 30th. Of course, after June the 30th, we can still sell him, but by then we're not going to be forced to sell him to, to balance the books. Right now, we're kind of being forced to sell him to balance those financial books for the end of this year. But next year, I think the club will be way more stubborn, saying, oh, well, not next year, by July, they'll be like, okay, we want at least 90 or at least 100. Now we're taking to a cut price to sell him to balance the books. So we'll wait and see with Frenkie, but I think probably right now it's still 50-50 whether or not he stays or leaves. But again, the bid has to come in first, and then we'll talk. But one bid that has come in for a player, which has been accepted by Barcelona, and he will leave the club on loan again, is Fransico Trincao. Now, reports coming in from Portugal have said that Sporting Lisbon have reached an agreement with Barcelona for the loan signing of Trincao. The only thing missing is the transfer fee for the option to buy. Sporting have offered 15 million euros and Barcelona want 20 million euros. Now, I have seen reports saying that Barcelona have not fully amortized the transfer of Trincao, so they have to make the buy option 20 million euros, but Sporting cannot afford that. They want to make it 15. I think in the end, this operation will go through. I am disappointed that it is, another loan deal and not a permanent transfer, but nonetheless, Trincao does not have a future at the club at the moment. I think probably Xavi has Collado and Abdi ahead of him in the pecking order, and of course, Di Maria or Raphinha will be coming this summer as well. So the best thing for Trincao is to go out on loan and play. Of course, if he does well, we'll get that 20 or 50 million euros for him. If he does not do well, maybe we can negotiate with Sporting to take him for a cut price, but I think, again, Trincao's future is far away from Barcelona, and again, the loan deal with Sporting has been agreed. The question now is, how much will the buy option be for him in that loan move? But one forward of Barcelona who is very likely to stay at the club at the moment is Memphis Depay. Now, Mundo Deportivo came out saying that Memphis Depay wants to stay at Barcelona and renew his contract. The club have not received any offers for him and have not taken any decision regarding his future as well. The technical staff won't mind keeping him for next season. I think with Dembele leaving and Di Maria coming in for 1 year with Abdi and Collado, I think Memphis Depay's chances of staying at the club have increased dramatically. Of course, let's be real, Ansu Fati is currently injury prone, so you have to have a backup left winger. We have Ferran Torres and also Memphis. On the right hand side, Di Maria, he's only going to be here for a year. It also is a bit injury prone as well. You can stick Memphis on the right wing as well. Up top, of course, you have Aubameyang and Lewandowski if Lewandowski comes in. I think the Depay's chances of staying right now are ridiculously high, and I think in the end, we should keep him unless a good offer comes in order to have the great squad depth in the attack. So wait and see, but again, Memphis, if he does stay, will have to renew his contract, and of course, if a good offer comes in, he will be sold, but at the moment, it's looking good for his Barcelona career for the future. Let's now discuss some contract renewal updates around the first team at Barcelona. Firstly, on the contract renewal of Ousmane Dembele. Now, Ousmane Dembele is very unlikely to renew his contract at Barcelona, but over the past 24 hours, there has been a huge twist in the tale. Now, firstly coming in from Miguel from AES, and he came out saying that 3 weeks ago, there was a meeting between Xavi and Dembele. In that meeting, Dembele told Xavi that his agent did not accept Barca's new proposal, and then Xavi told Dembele there would be no more offers coming in from the club and that he would plan for next season without him. So apparently, for around about 3 weeks, Xavi has known that Dembele will not renew his contract, but there could be some hope. Now, as you all probably know, there are clubs interested. PSG have backed out. They don't really like his behavior, his attitude, and don't want to offer him the money that he wants. Bayern Munich are interested, but again, don't want to offer him the money that he wants. And then came in Chelsea. Of course, no doubt, can afford him and the sign-on bonus that himself and Moussa Sissoko wants with that Thomas Tuchel connection. But now that deal might be falling through. Matt Law from The Telegraph, who without a shadow of a doubt is the best source in Chelsea, has come out saying that Chelsea have doubts over Ousmane Dembele's injury and disciplinary record, but they are still likely to pursue him if Thomas Tuchel wants him to. But at this current moment, Chelsea are not close to reaching any agreement with Ousmane Dembele and do have other targets and priorities ahead of him. Now, what I said in yesterday's video, I said the only way Dembele will renew his contract is all the other teams don't offer him the money that he wants, and in the end, Barcelona's offer is the only offer that he has on the table. I feel like freaking Thanos, man, you couldn't live with your own reality, and where'd that bring you? Right back to me. Like, exactly how I said it. I think if every single team offer the same money, whatever it is, 100,000 euros per week with a little bit of a sign-on bonus, he'll pick Barcelona, right? Because he wants to stay at the club. But now he has no offers from any other club. PSG have backed out, Bayern Munich have backed out, Chelsea have backed out. He has no other offers, and in the end, Barcelona's offer is the only one left. So we'll have to wait and see. Again, still very unlikely that Dembele will renew his contract, but at the moment, that contract renewal offer that he has from Barcelona is the only offer he has on the table. The next contract renewal update is on the contract renewal of Pablo Gavi coming in from Sport. They've come out saying that Barcelona and Gavi have reached an agreement over the length of contract and his release clause, but are yet to agree on the salary. The club continues to see him as a future star, while the entourage already see him as a reality. Now again, like I said in yesterday's video, how is a 17-year-old player who was playing a year ago in Juvenile A having salary agreement problems with Football Club Barcelona? For me, that makes no sense. I understand that over the past year he's played well, he's been the team, first team, playing in and out, starting games, but let's keep it real. If the whole entire squad is fully fit, Gavi's on the bench. Let's be real. It's Busquets, De Jong, Pedri at the moment. Nothing can break that up. It's a balanced midfield. Of course, maybe Kessie could break in, Gavi could break in, but fully fit squad, Gavi's on the bench. Let's keep that in mind. He's coming into the midfield, of course. There's been a lot of injuries, a lot of inconsistency players as well. He came in and took his opportunities. Credit to him. I think Gavi will be a fantastic player in the future if he stays at Barcelona, but how is he having salary problems at this point of his career? Like, let's say he renews his contract, right, for 5 more years. We're going to try to renew him again when he's 21, 22. What's he going to ask for then? Like 300,000 euros per week? He's asking now for, I think, like 120. The club will only want to give him like 80 or 70, which is respectable in my opinion. So we'll wait and see. In the end, Barcelona and Gavi will reach an agreement. There's no doubt about that from both the player and the agent side and the club side. Yes or yes, he will stay. The question now is, in my opinion, will there be a bigger problem in the future or not? We'll wait and see, but again, Gavi will most likely renew his contract at Barcelona very, very soon. The next and final contract renewal update is on the contract renewal of Sergi Roberto, and finally, he will be signing his contract extension after it has been delayed for weeks upon weeks upon weeks. The news broke in from Gabriel Sanz Mundo Deportivo, and he came out saying that Sergi Roberto has been summoned by Barcelona this Friday to seal his contract renewal for one more season, and Roberto will earn 60% less than what he currently earns for Barcelona. So credit to Roberto, he has taken around about a 50 to 60% wage reduction and will sign his contract renewal on Friday. Juan Mati from Sport came out back in that statement saying that Roberto will renew his contract on Friday, and also Fabrizio Romano came out saying that Sergio Roberto will sign his new deal with Barcelona later this week. The plan is to complete it on Friday. Renewal until 2023 has already been approved by Xavi for 1 year on very, very low wages. Of course, with all these news about the salary reduction, it will not include Roberto. He has taken that reduction, so credit to him. I respect that. But again, should he be staying at the club? No, he's about to leave, I think, in like January, February time. He had no offers. He came at the Barcelona and said, look, offer me a 1-year deal and I'll take it. In the end, Xavi has requested for it, so you got the back manager. I understand that, and it is only a 1-year renewal. Now, I don't know if there will be a presentation or not. That really shouldn't be, in my opinion. Just take a picture, upload it, and say he renewed his contract. Again, it has been approved by Xavi, and hopefully this time it will happen. Of course, it has been postponed the past 3 times, but the plan is for this Friday, Roberto will put pen and paper on a 1-year contract renewal at Barcelona. Now, the final topic that I want to discuss before I end off this video is give you guys some updates surrounding Barcelona over the past 24 hours, which has been mainly around the salary reduction of the entire squad, and of course, the club will start off with the captains. Now, La Vanguardia have come out saying that, here's an update on the captains taking a wage cut. Firstly, on Jordi Alba, he will neither leave the club before the end of his contract, nor will he accept a salary reduction at the moment. For Busquets, a salary reduction is very complicated as he plans to leave the club next summer in 2023. And finally, with Pique, an agreement could be reached. So again, we're in the same situation as last summer. We heard the exact same thing. Pique will do it. Busquets, Jordi Alba is against it completely. Then in the end, Busquets and Jordi Alba did it. Jordi Alba came out in the pressing. I never considered not doing it. I love the club. So, take these reports with a hint of salt in it, because we've heard the same thing last summer. In the end, it happened, but We'll wait and see. But currently, Barcelona have not told the captains anything. Victor Navarro from Cope came out saying that the Barcelona captains have not received any communication or request from the club to reduce their salaries as of yet. Reducing the wage bill is a priority for Barcelona, and it will affect the players again. So the club has not told them anything yet, but again, it is in the plan. They will start with the captains. Like I said in yesterday's video, there is a salary cap at Barcelona of 10 million euros. No player in the squad will earn that much, and currently Pique, Busquets, and Jordi Alba, alongside Frenkie de Jong, earn over that salary limit. Of course, Lewandowski will come in under that salary limit, so they have to reduce their salary. So I'll wait and see on that. But there is some big news about Busquets. Now, over the past few videos, I have told you guys that Barcelona owe Gerard Pique around 50 million euros in deferred salary. Of course, salary that he has given up but wants to be paid back in the future, before the pandemic, during the pandemic, and after the pandemic. Now, also Busquets deferred his salary as well, and now we know that amount that we owe him, and it is around 20 million euros. Rack 1 came out saying that Sergio Busquets is due to receive around 20 million euros of deferred salaries next season. His contract ends in 2023, and currently there are no plans to extend it, and Barcelona have not proposed any new salary adjustment yet either to the Barcelona captain. So again, confirming that from Cope, saying that no captains have been informed of anything yet, but will be soon. But we do owe Busquets 20 million euros in deferred salary. Now, if you compare Busquets' 20 to Pique's 50, that is around 70 million euros that we owe to just two players. Of course, it's two world-class players, two legends of the club, but 70 million euros. That is ridiculous. What was Bartomeu giving these players on their contracts? Holy shit. 70 million for Busquets and Pique in deferred salaries is ridiculous. I mean, oh my god, I don't even know if the club can afford that at this point, but currently we do owe those two players that amount of money. The question now is, will they give some of it up, part of it, most of it, or none of it up? That's a big question. Now, more on Busquets' future. La Vanguardia came out saying that Barcelona and Spain's captain Busquets will play his last World Cup in November of this year. Next season will most likely be his last with Barcelona. He does not intend to renew his contract and plans a future at Inter Miami from 2023. So again, all suggestions are saying that Busquets will leave the club at the end of next season, retire as the captain. Well, not retire, he will leave the club as the captain. Now, he will be doing a press conference, I believe, today for Spain with Luis Enrique. He could be asked these questions. I am recording this beforehand, but I think Busquets can play next season and the season after that. I think he has until 2024 to play at that top level. Of course, in 2024, he will be a backup to the new suitor that's coming in to replace him, but I think alongside Messi, replacing Busquets will be one of the most impossible things we ever do in the club's history. Absolute legend of the club, and I am disappointed that he will not be retiring at Barcelona. I wish he will, but of course he wants to explore elsewhere like Iniesta did and like Xavi did as well. Respectable, you know, he's done enough to earn my respect to go out and play wherever he wants. But again, at the moment, it does look like that Busquets will leave the club at the end of next season, as there's no contract renewal talks over his new deal, and the club do owe him 20 million euros in deferred salary, and will start negotiations with the captains to reduce their wages entirely. So that was my reaction to the Barcelona news over the past 24 hours. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like, and of course leave your thoughts down below in the comments on everything we discussed. The main thing I want to firstly is about the Lewandowski saga. How do you feel about Lewandowski coming out twice in the past 24 to 48 hours saying that he wants to leave Bayern Munich and only join Barcelona? Secondly, for the winger position, who do you think will be the Barcelona winger for next season? Will it be Di Maria, Raphinha, or maybe at the moment it still could be Ousmane Dembele? Thirdly, on Koulibaly, are you optimistic or a bit pessimistic like I am? I feel like right now it's too good to be true. I want confirmation from, big sources saying that he will not renew his contract at Napoli and wants to leave the club this summer. We're only hearing, mid-tier sources. Let's hope on that. And finally, on the captain's salary reduction, and more importantly, on the whole entire squad, do you think in the end they will reduce their salaries or not? And of course, make sure you guys subscribe down below if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys next time on the channel. Take care, and Forza Barca.